All right, here we are for round one. This hand is pretty mediocre, I think. We're on the draw. We have no mana acceleration. You know, we don't have a Elvish Mystic, we don't have a Sylvan Caryatid, and we have two lands that enter the battlefield tapped. So we really don't have the ability to really do anything in the first few turns. If we knew that our opponent was playing some sort of really slow deck, I think this is a hand that you could potentially, you could potentially keep, but I think that we're going to go ahead and have to mulligan it. If one of these lands came to play untapped, it would be a little bit of a different story. You know, we'd be guaranteed to at least be able to cast Satyr Wayfinder or maybe Brain Maggot, but I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. I don't think that we can really keep this hand. This is a much better hand. We have access to Elvish Mystic on turn 1, and then Commune, and even possibly Commune into Cut in turn 2. So we're going to go ahead and keep this. I think that a lot of times people look at hands and just see, like, you know, okay, I have lands and spells, and I have enough lands to cast some of the spells in my hand, and they'll keep them. I think it's really important in particular to, you know, look at the combination of lands and spells you do have, and, you know, imagine what has to happen for you to win the game. That previous, you know, set of cards I had, you know, it was a bunch of expensive things, enablers, and, you know, tap lands. I'm just gonna die. Like, if my opponent's playing any kind of aggressive deck, there's no way I really have a chance. And it's not even that good if my opponent is playing some sort of control deck, because I have no real tools to do much of anything. So my opponent has Elvish Mystic into Llanowar, or Elvish Mystic off of Llanowar Waste. So we're gonna go ahead and crack our Wooded Foothills. I do think it's kind of neat that because of Delve, there's reasons to play fetch lands in non two-color decks, or at least in two-color decks that have the incorrect colors. You know, the fact that Wooded Foothills is -1 cost on Murderous Cut later in the game. Is that worth 1 mana? Probably, most of the time. So we're looking, our opponent has Elvish Mystic. Maybe he's playing basically a similar deck to us. We did see the 3-color pseudo-Constellation deck take down Grand Prix Santiago this weekend. Or last weekend, I guess, for those of you who are watching. All right, so Satyr Wayfinder. I wonder if it's just worth it for me to just Commune cut his Elvish Mystic. Seems like it might be. And I don't know where this revealed cards. Oh, he hit Whip, Hornet Queen, and land. It's you know, important to pay attention to the fact that he has a Hornet Queen in his yard. So I'm just going to go ahead and play Sylvan Caryatid and say go. Certainly not going to attack my Elvish Mystic into a Satyr Wayfinder. All right, well, Courser, Boon Satyr. All right, so my opponent is clearly a Constellation deck themselves. So it's sort of interesting what I want to do here. I can cast Commune or Wayfinder, and then I can cast Murderous Cut. Given that my opponent Satyr Wayfindered instead, rather than casting Courser on turn 2, it seems like it's actually quite likely that they don't have another land. Because my opponent played, you know, turn 1 green-black land into Elvish Mystic, and then in turn 2 did not cast Courser, but cast Courser the following turn after Satyr Wayfindering. So my guess is that my opponent doesn't have another land, which means that killing Elvish Mystic is, you know, totally reasonable, but killing Courser is probably better, because, you know, our opponent certainly can't cast Bestow, Boon Satyr. Courser is going to potentially feed them more cards at the top of the deck. So my gut is to kill Courser here. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's cast. Doesn't really matter whether we cast Wayfinder or Commune first. Just sort of, you know, whatever's randomly in our deck. This is really annoying. It's insane to me that this actually works this way. That, like, they don't show you the top 4 cards. All right. Well, we'll take a Nykthos, which is actually pretty good. And now I'm going to play the Nykthos and cast Commune. And, well, I wish I'd done that in the opposite order, because then I would have a Doomwick Giant, which would be much better. We're going to take a Brain Maggot here. How do I get this to be sized in any... Okay, we're gonna take a brain. Oh, I didn't even see that 5th card, hey. Alright, so these goes to the yard. And now I'm going to murderous cut this courser, removing 1. Hello? I can't even... How do I... Oh, okay, they're like highlighted in red. I'm colorblind, so I can't really tell. Oh, no, cancel. No, how do I cancel? Cancel, I don't want to remove a creature. Murderous cut that. This, 2, 3, 4. Now how do I select OK? I guess we press this. Alright, well that's dead. So we know our opponent now has Boon Satyr in hand. What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 creatures in our yard to go with Pharika. Is this a... Alright, Eidolon of Blossoms. Ooh, a fancy one. Alright, well this could get bad for us. Maybe we shouldn't have killed the jeez. Alright, we definitely have to take Doomwake Giant, because otherwise we're just gonna get destroyed. We're in a bad spot here. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, fine. Take the Doomwake Giant. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and play Pharika. Did not add green. Oh. So if we draw a any kind of Constellation enabler, Pharika is going to let us just go off because we have, you know, multiple creatures in our yard and a Nykthos with the Pharika. But right now, it's looking pretty bad because, you know, our opponent has, you know, this fairly stacked hand, you know, Whip, Commune, Boon Satyr, and we have just more mana. Alright, so what do we got going on? I'm guessing probably a Commune? Or no, probably a Satyr. Oh, Caryatid. Okay, well that wasn't in his hand before, right? Just trying to get up to mana for Queen or whatever. And there's a Commune. The revealed zone, which is by default not revealed. Alright, so he takes another Courser. Alright, well, we're kind of in bad shape here. Maybe using Murderous Cut on the Courser was not correct. It seemed like it at the time because my opponent was clearly kind of stalled on mana. And being able to choke my opponent on mana when we knew he was drawing Boon Satyr was pretty effective when we had nothing going on ourselves, but we just sort of remain having nothing going on and drew another land. So we're in really bad shape here. I'm just going to say go. We have no real plays. Attacking just gets our guys killed. We could attack. We can't even attack and like bluff that we have Doomwake Giant because, you know, our opponent has Sylvan Caryatid. Plus, if we had Doomwake Giant, we just play it and activate Pharika and kill all of our opponent's stuff. So I'm just gonna say go. I've never really. This is actually amusingly. I've never really been a huge fan of Brain Maggot in my Constellation decks before because, you know, if your creature, your Brain Maggot does die, you have to deal with whatever thing it was, and there's a Doomwake Giant, so we're pretty dead. And our opponent is going to have another Doomwake Giant to back it up, which is going to wipe out all of our stuff. We do have a lot of ways to activate Pharika, though. So if we draw our own Doomwake Giant, we can kill a bunch of his stuff. And we drew a Courser of Crucifix. I can play Courser of Crucifix. It's not going to be very good, but we can play it. And play a Temple. Alright, alright. We will put that on bottom. And we'll draw a Whip, which isn't really... Whip's actually not bad. We whip back our own Doomwake, maybe? Because a Hornet Queen doesn't really do anything because our opponent has Doomwake. Excuse me. Allergies have been acting up lately. Very congested. Normally actually pretty congested because I just have chronic sinus problems. But my allergies in particular are bad right now. I mean, this is certainly the sort of deck, and I mentioned this during my write-up when I talked about these sort of decks, that has sort of the twofold problem of having a significant number of both like mana creature accelerator type stuff, as well as graveyard enablers that, here, I guess I put this here, not there, as well as graveyard enablers. So a lot of your deck doesn't really do that much. You have a relatively low number of high impact cards. And if you don't draw those, you're kind of in trouble. And basically what happened was we Sylvan Caryatid or communed into a bunch of goods, or a bunch of mana stuff, and then, or rather vice versa, we Wayfindered into a bunch of stuff that we wanted to commune into, and ended up pretty much just with everything going the wrong way. All right, so we're basically dead. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. This is not really a winnable game at this point. Maybe it is. I probably shouldn't just concede. There's, you know, who knows what can happen. I want to concede. If this was just a playtesting game, I would certainly concede. Because my opponent is, you know, clearly just kind of just going off. All right, Temple. Perfect, perfect. Bottom. Alright, so now we have a whip. So next turn we can potentially whip back Doomwake and then make some stuff with Pharika. It's basically our plan, so... Oh, I should have played my land. Because it actually does kind of matter. Jeez, another Doomwake. Alright. Well, my opponent's deck is seemingly better set up for game one as it is. Doomwake Giant is really powerful in the mirror match. As we've seen here, you know, my opponent's Doomwake killed all my mana creatures and made it a lot more difficult for me to possibly come back. Oh, he has... Alright, so 4 Doomwakes, it looks like. Okay, so all my stuff is dead. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and concede now. Now I'm actually dead. So sideboard-wise, I want to bring in Doomwake. I want to bring in Pharika. I feel like I probably do want to bring in... I may want to bring in Dark Betrayal, simply because... Doomwake Giant is so powerful in this matchup. Maybe it's better to bring in Hero's Downfall rather than Dark Betrayal, because you can actually also kill Eidolon of Blossoms, and that's a pretty big deal. We're taking out Brain Maggot because Brain Maggot is quite weak. Maybe it's not correct to have Downfall in addition to Murderous Cut, though. It's possible that I just need to be more conservative with my use of Murderous Cut and only target the key Constellation pieces. It's possible that I was sort of a little bit overzealous in trying to keep my opponent's mana down before. I could see bringing in Thoughtseize. Though Thoughtseize is a weird card because these are the sort of games that go very long frequently, and a card like Thoughtseize is really weak if you draw it in the mid game. Though the ability to disrupt your opponent's sort of key stuff early on can be pretty powerful. I think I'm going to take out 1 Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen is very powerful, but as we saw, you know, we're playing a Doomwake Giant mirror match. So Hornet Queen is much less impactful than it is against decks that are less equipped to be able to deal with a bunch of 1/1 creatures. When you're dealing with a deck that has 4 copies of Doomwake Giant, Hornet Queen isn't really the sort of thing that can actually typically close out games. So I think I'm going to go with this. I can see this being, you know, I'm not 100% sold that this is correct. You know, I could see possibly wanting Thoughtseize, possibly wanting Hero's Downfall. I do think that Brain Maggot definitely needs to go because it's so weak against opposing Doomwake Giants. I don't think Nissa's any good. You know, the way that the games go, ground gets pretty clogged, and I don't imagine like 4/4 creatures against Doomwake Giant, not really where you want to be. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try this out and see how it goes. And we wait. It's strange to me that Magic Online changed from how it previously worked, where you had, you know, you would submit, and then you had until the other person submitted or until a time ran out to change what you've done. It's very weird that, you know, you actually have an incentive specifically to try to wait as long as possible, because, you know, if you submit and then change your mind, you can't go back. So I mean, I guess it is more like in, you know, the real world when you present your deck and you're done with it. But I don't know. It seems like it doesn't have to be digitally, because there's no like opportunity for you to try and change your decisions based on what you think your opponent might be doing, based on how you see them sitting in front of you or whatever. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and play first. Yes. This hand is okay. We do have 2 elves. And 2 Scrylands, so we're able to make up for a lot of our tempo loss that we get from playing Scrylands by playing Elvish Mystics. 2 Hornet Queens is not really what I want in my opening hand, though with 2 Elvish Mystics you can actually cast them pretty quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. It is a hand that's quite vulnerable to Doomwake Giant. If my opponent does have a Doomwake Giant, and my opening is a bunch of temples into Hornet Queens, then it's pretty bad. But the temples allow me a little bit of selection, so I'm able to get better control over, you know, my draws. And my opponent has Elvish Mystic on turn 1 again. So we're going to go ahead and play our own Elvish Mystic and play a temple. We definitely want to keep that. Put on top, yes. My opponent puts Caryatid into Jungle Hollow. Wow, all right. So we're gonna play Courser. Actually, it's more important that I get the land, that I play this Elvish Mystic. So I'm actually gonna play my land first. This is one of those situations where you could try and be like greedy with the Courser and try, and try and get a land off the top. But if you don't, then you have to get, you know, another land the next turn to be able to actually cast your spell. It's more important, I think, here to be able to actually cast my Doomwake Giant than it is to, you know, potentially draw a card off Courser, or effectively draw a card off Courser. All right, so my opponent has Courser of his own, does hit a land into another Courser. All right. Well, we are going to doom him with a Giant. Killing Elvish Mystic. They're going to be drawing Eidolon, which is nice. So opponent drew another Courser, and it is perhaps playing it, a Hornet Queen. Okay. And there's a Reclamation Sage. All right. Well, that's fancy. All right, well, I'm going to play the second Doomwake Giant because it's going to kill an Elvish Mystic again. Otherwise, if my opponent hadn't played this Elvish Mystic, I would be fairly tempted to just play the Eidolon of Blossoms to try to get an additional draw off of it. But playing Doomwake now kills my opponent's Elvish Mystic and Reclamation Sage, which is pretty powerful. So I'm going to play a land. Okay. And it also, right now my opponent has, well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, my opponent could. My opponent last turn, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My opponent last turn could have cast Doomwake Giant if he had Doomwake Giant. So I'm actually kind of tempted to just cast this Eidolon because my opponent may be tempted to just cast Hornet Queen next turn, which does allow me to to Doomwake Giant away not only the Elvish Mystic and the Reclamation Sage, but also the Hornet Queen, before with my opponent not having necessarily information that I do have that Doomwake Giant. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Wooded Foothills. I don't want to draw Temple of Malady. Temple of Malady is a pretty weak draw, so I'm gonna sack this and play Eidolon. Oh well. We got a forest, which is worse. It's actually not Clueless worse because I can potentially cast Hornet Queen untapped by playing it next turn. So, ooh. Well, another Eidolon is also quite nice. My opponent draws the Hornet Queen and has Murderous Cut on top. Has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 7 mana with another land. Does involve shuffling away Murderous Cut. Alright, so Murderous Cut on my Eidolon. Okay, Eidolon's dead. So I feel pretty confident that my opponent does not have a Doomwake Giant in hand. If he did, then I would have gotten Doomwake to one of these turns. My opponent has Murderous Cut. I'm just going to go ahead and play Hornet Queen here, because given that my opponent seems unlikely to actually have Doomwake Giant, be able to play Hornet Queen and get some attacks in with it. So my opponent just drew Cut and is drawing Reclamation Sage, so he also knows that I have Doomwake Giant coming. I'm gonna fetch. Okay. So opponent's hand is what? Hornet Queen, Reclamation Sage, Murderous Cut. That commune could turn into a Doomwake Giant, which is unfortunate. Though if we Doomwake Giant next turn, killing Elvish Mystic, won't be able to go commune into that, I think. Whip. Alright. I'm just going to take this because it's going to die to Doomwake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So I can't really, and I do want to cast Doomwake this turn, I think. To kill these. Though then my opponent can actually just end step kill my Doomwake Giant as well. I could Eidolon, and if I draw a land, play another Eidolon, or rather flip another land. And I do have a second, Doomwake Giant, so I think, actually, casting Doomwake Giant here enables Whip on Reclamation Sage, which I don't really want to do. So I think I actually want to play Eidolon, however you want to say it. We did not draw another land. And we're going to just go ahead and attack. Maybe I just want to play like another Hornet Queen there. Also, I possibly should have blocked here, but we're gonna get cut. Something's gonna get cut. My Eidolon, Udalon. Eidolon. All right. Ooh, there's the Doomwake. Oh god. Well, this is poor. So this is really what I didn't want to have happen. In Commune, and the thing is, even if I killed Elvish Mystic, even if I played like my own Doomwake, I would be setting him up to whip. The whip here is super powerful. The whip is what is enabling like him to another Reclamation Sage. Jeez. So my opponent's deck is way better set up for this matchup than mine is. I mean, granted, you know, it's pretty understandable because I'm playing a 2-week old version from Lucas Blohan's top 8 when, you know, the mirror match was not really a thing people worried about. So Reclamation Sage is really powerful here. You know, in particular, given its combination with whip. You know, being able to kill your opponent's guys and whip you know, stuff back is really brutal. So we're in a lot of trouble now. Our opponent is doom waking us, losing a bunch of stuff. This is brutal. I can Doomwake back and then just get whipped. Ugh, so gross. And my opponent has a Reclamation Sage on top of the deck too. I feel like, yeah, I'm not really sure how I might have been able to sort of maneuver this differently. Reclamation Sage is gross here with whip. I'm just getting sort of out sideboarded. Oh, looks like my opponent actually has Thought Season too. Maybe Corn Queen just shouldn't be in the deck. I don't know. It seems like if Reclamation Sage is the you know, sort of cyber card of choice, then you want to have things that are resilient to it. Maybe I should have like Arbor Clauses in my deck or something, or maybe I should have Nissa. I don't know. But this is going downhill very fast. Even if I do Doomwake, I kill my opponent's Elvish Mystic, and then Whip of Erebos brings back Reclamation Sage, killing my Doomwake Giant. And then my opponent has another Reclamation Sage. I feel like this is slipping away, and that, yeah. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna cast Doomwake Giant. Is that even good? I guess I'm gonna cast Eidolon. I'm gonna cast Eidolon. Draw Sylvan Caryatid. Hey, we got another land at least. I'm actually gonna hold back Hornet Queen because I want to be able to possibly, you know, keep something from attacking me, I guess. Well, there's another Whip of Erebos, which means that even if I do draw, I don't even have something to kill it. Yeah. I was gonna say, even if I do draw like a way to kill the original Whip, but I don't think this deck has any way to kill Whip. Alright, so yeah, Reclamation Sage, blowing my stuff up. And there's just gonna be more Reclamation Sages in the yard. It's kind of funny that Reclamation Sage is so good against Doomwake Giant, because if Doomwake Giant killed Reclamation Sage, you can just keep bringing it back with Whip. And there's Whip to kill Courser. All right, I feel like this is getting out of control. So I could Doomwake, killing these two, just whips back this one. Ugh. Can I do a Pharika? Maybe I can find a Pharika and hope to... Not even all the cards. Come on. Where's the... There it is. 5th card hiding. Alright, this is horrible. I mean, Pharika is potentially pretty powerful here, but... Not... This isn't working. This isn't going well for me. feel like I want to like potentially hold Murderous Cut for, I don't know, for like an Eidolon or something. I'm just getting crushed here. This is not good. Reclamation Sage is a serious card. I guess I'll block this. And he's going to play an enchantment. But I'm going to Murderous Cut his Doomwing Giant response and get him good! Haha! Oh yeah. I got you now. Delve. Oh, it was working, it just wasn't clear. So we keep our Hornet Queen alive. Ooh, my own whip. Well, can this do anything interesting? I guess I can whip back. What do I have? An Eidolon, a Doomwing Giant. I guess whipping back a Doomwing Giant kills this Sage. Whip back like a Satyr Wayfinder. I do gain some life, at least. I feel like I probably want to save. I mean, I could just get an Eidolon to draw a card. It does gain me some life as well. I feel like I probably need to dig to like Pharika or something, so I think that Eidolon is probably my best choice. Maybe Doomwing Giant's better, because it kills this now. Oh no, I'm just going to lose my whip. Yeah, I can't do that, so I need to just, it needs to be Eidolon. Ooh, an Eidolon. Alright. So now I can't really play a Doomwing until I have Pharika or something, because Whip of Erebos on Reclamation Sage kills my own whip. These Reclamation Sages are crushing me. Like, things were actually looking pretty good, but Reclamation Sage is absolutely mauling me. Here's a Hornet Queen. Alright, well, we're going to play Eidolon. Oh, no, I did it the wrong order. I had the Doomwing for, I guess don't really need to. I think drawing cards actually may be better. I was thinking I need to kill a Hornet Queen, but don't really know how much that matters. I'm going to cast a real one? No. Maybe just whip back a Doomwing. I'm gonna run out of time. If I cast one, if I whip back one, I probably just want to cast one. You can only kill Eidolon or Doomwing easily on his turn. I have 8.5 minutes left. All right, we'll trade. That's fine. I think that's fine. I have another one at least. This whip game is really weird. I was going to draw an Eidolon. Great. Assuming Sage is getting whipped back. Yeah, maybe I should have whipped back. Yeah, whipping back Sage. Can kill whip. All right. I could really use some Sages myself. Alright, so if I play Doomwake and then Courser, I kill all of his things. Maybe I can win this game. Draw Murderous Cut. How many cards are left in my deck? 26? I guess we'll take... I'd probably take Elvish Mystic. We don't really want Wayfinder at this point. Alright, attack you. We've gone through pretty much all of my opponent's Reclamation Sages. I think there's, what, where's the exiled card? Is this exiled? Yeah, two Reclamation Sages. Was there a third one somewhere? Maybe there's a third one somewhere. Actually not drawing an enchantment, which is unfortunate. I'd love to find my other whip. I'll whip back queen here probably. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked with my queen and let him get a queen in his yard. But then I couldn't have attacked this turn, so. Just need to find any enchantment to kill those. Oh god, a Doomwake Giant. Okay. So me casting Hornet Queen doesn't do anything at this point. I really have to find a Pharika. Well, it's not a Pharika at all. So if I play Hornet Queen, it basically doesn't do anything, because he just gets to whip back Doomwake Giant and kill my queen. So I'm just gonna say go. We really want to find Pharika here. Pharika just ends the game. Both turns off my opponent's whip. And gives us, you know, infinite triggers basically. We know our opponent had that in hand. That one we're gonna kill. We have to cut it. Yep. Okay, okay. Just gonna Murderous Cut this right now. I'm just trying to save time because time is certainly something I'm kind of lacking right now. Alright, whatever, we'll play another Nykthos, just get through our deck. There's Freaka. Alright, we'll keep this Nykthos. And next turn we play Freaka and the game basically ends. Unravel the No! 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 It shuffled my deck! Oh my god. That was so brutal. Wow, this guy came prepared. He has multiple Reclamation Sages and Unravel. Unravel. That was so brutal. Oh my god. Sure, State Wayfinder. Yep. For a Nykthos. Alright. God. And now I hit another Caryatid, like the worst cards. I guess we just play Caryatids here. I might as well. Whipping back Eidolon, that's fine. Drawing a card. Alright, well Courser is going to kill all his stuff, which is good. God, I can't believe he unraveled me. That was so brutal. Right now I mean, if I win this game, it's basically going to come down to time because we both have like 6 minutes left. So... Casting Eidolon, okay. I'm trying to whip back another Eidolon or something. 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay. What's going on? I'm gonna kill this one. Draw a card. He's at 45 life. Okay. Okay. Alright, we draw Courser. We'll play Courser. Kill all his stuff. Play this. Gain some life. Attack him for 10. I guess I should play an Elvish Mystic. Maybe I should have played that before just to get another point of damage in, but... Alright, he casts the Queen. That's fine. We need to find something that we can... these are literally the worst cards. Alright, well we're going to play Wayfinder to get past this Elvish Mystic. There's our other Freaka. Lovely. And there's... Ooh, there's... Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say my other Freaka, but Freaka got back. So if I play Hornet Queen now, then he returns... He returns his Doomwake, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say go. Hopefully it doesn't have like another Unravel here. Whips back Eidolon. Yep. He has close to infinite mana. Has some sort of like overrun here. Just blow me up. Oh, another whip. Okay. Sure. Well, he has the Eidolon in play. That makes sense. And I could whip again. Are you going to cast Murderous Cut here? Oh, look like he's casting Murderous Cut. He has things highlighted red in his graveyard. So he's going to Murderous Cut my Doomwake Giant or something. Okay, I hope he doesn't Murderous Cut the other one, because then I can actually just die. This is another Murderous Cut? It is! What the hell? This guy has everything! He has everything at all times! I like have the briefest sense that it's possible I could win, and then he just, you know, unravels me and then double Murderous Cuts me in one turn. Wow, what a jerk. Alright, well, now I'm pretty dead. I mean, I guess I can play Pharika and Hornet Queen, and I'm not, like, dead. And maybe, like, he gets decked? No, I'm the one who's going to get decked right now. I have basically no time, so I'm just kind of doing this right now with the mana I have. This is almost certainly going to time. I guess you just play Doomwake Giant now and kill me, but... You can't whip, sir. Well, you can, but... Do I give him a 1/1? I think I don't give him a card. How many... What's his exile? How many Doomwakes has he gone through? 1. I'm just so dead, yeah. I think I have to give him that. No. I don't really have time to figure it out, so... That one. Ooh. I can actually win the game if I whip back a Doomwake Giant with Pharika. Should have played land. Black, green, Pharika, the one you're targeting. He has 8 cards left. I have 9 cards left. Alright, cast Whip. Whip, returning Doomwake. Actually. Black, green, Pharika, this. Oh god, I have no time left. Oh god, oh god. This is definitely going to time. I have 1 minute left. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna run out of time. This is such a mess. Oh, he's killing my whip, isn't he? Boom. The attack with all creatures button. I didn't even realize it existed. I only just remembered when I was trying to not get timed out. But I'm almost certainly timing out now. I have 50 seconds left. No! Oh my god, no! Oh, I literally F4'd through that. I F4'd through that and like, because I was just trying to save time and I ended up dying to it. Oh my god. Well, I was gonna run out of time anyway, so it doesn't enormously matter. But it's still kind of silly. So yeah, this is definitely a deck that requires some intricacies. I should have freaked at that too. I'm literally just pressing these buttons too quickly. I have 9 seconds. Yeah, I'm just dead. I'm just going to time out. I would have won this game for sure, if not for that. I'm pretty certain, you know, that I would have been able to come up with a win there. Pharika was just super powerful, And yeah, that game would have swung back to me if I was able to, actually activate things without F4ing through my turns and things like that. So, I mean, if that, there's two things that I feel like that really demonstrated. One is how powerful Reclamation Sage is in that matchup. We saw in the early game that, I had a pretty substantial lead at the very beginning. Then once my opponent got Reclamation Sage going with Whip of Erebos, he was able to just decimate my board position. I was ultimately able to get back in it. And Farika was huge. Farika was incredible. And that's something that I have known from my experience with the Constellation decks before. But Farika also is a card that takes a lot of clicks on Magic Online, and this is a matchup that can go very, 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 very long. So, given this is my first time playing with this specific version of the deck, it's not super surprising that I was a little bit behind in time. We literally lost, to an opponent with 47 seconds left. So if I played a little bit faster, I might have been able to pull that out. But, we're not really here to win matches. We're here to, explore the deck and, see what we can learn from it. And, I really think that Reclamation Sage, clearly absolutely dominant in these Cyborg games, provided my opponent with a ton of value when he was, super far behind, but not as good as Farika. Farika, once we got to a point in the game where, both of our resources were largely exhausted, and that's really what happened. It was sort of a back and forth in terms of, who has Eidolon, who has Doomlink Giant, who has Whip. Reclamation Sage giving you a way to actually interact with your opponent's Whip of Erebos proactively is very powerful. Farika also does that, assuming you actually click the buttons and remove your opponent's creatures from their graveyard. But, as I said, that was a game that it looked like I was timing out of, and it could have played a little bit faster. I could have, right-click, attack with Alt if I'd remembered a little bit sooner, saved myself a few seconds. But, ultimately, like I said, not here to try and get wins, here to try to explore and learn, and I feel like I at least learned some things from that match, and we're gonna go play some more and see if we can't learn some more. So here we go.